Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Samantha. You can call me Sam, you can call me Sammy, whatever suits your fancy. So today I'm going to be doing this sparkly army green type look. I love it. Super glowy, super chic. Love it. Really love it. One of my favorite looks to do. I hope that you guys enjoy it. We are going to be using a new foundation that I'm trying out for the first time. So far, so good. Not gonna lie. And I think you're gonna be surprised as to what foundation it is. But stay tuned if you wanna see how to get this look right here, then keep on watching. Okay, so the first product we're going to go in with is a primer. And this primer is the Faced Hangover Rx primer. It is one of my favorites for dry skin, which I do have. It is made with coconut water, and it's really good to hydrate the skin, prep it for the foundation that we are going to be using today. You're going to want to go right over your primer with the foundation. You're going to want to let it sink in for a few minutes. Just relax, let it do its job, sink into your skin, make it really hydrated, and then once everything is dry, then you can go ahead and go in with your foundation. The foundation that I'm going to be using today is super controversial, and I totally understand. I get it. I understand the issues, and I totally back it 100%. And honestly, I can't recommend it to anybody, but for my own personal gain, I just want to try it, see how it is. And if you guys can't guess by now, the foundation I'm talking about is the highly anticipated Tarte Shape Tape Foundation. Now, they did come out with this in two different formulas. This is the hydrating formula. They also have a matte formula, but today I'm going to be trying out the hydrating formula because, as I said earlier, I have dry skin. Now, the issue here. There is absolutely not enough shades in this range, and specifically the deeper shades. And to me, that is absolute shit. That is trash, and I cannot support the shade range at all. And at this point, it's a mistake on the brand. And in my opinion, I don't think it's a mistake with the product, if you understand what I'm saying. So blame the brand's mistake. I'm not blaming the actual product and the formula that it might be. That's why I want to try it out. And unfortunately, I can't recommend this to anybody who has a deeper skin tone. The shade range that they came out with was every single undertone in a lighter to medium skin tone. And then once you get to the tan to deep range, it's shit. It's absolutely crap. And I'm so sorry for everybody who feels like they were personally victimized by this. But today, I'm just going to be trying it out for my own benefit. So I'm going to start by putting some stripes on my face. This is in the color Medium Honey. It might be a little yellow for me, but I think once we blend everything out with concealer and powder and bronzer, it will. I don't know how much of this I should really apply, but the reviews that I saw online said that the hydrating formula was very sheer. And to be honest, I'm not like a full coverage queen like a lot of the YouTubers out there that I love, but I do like some coverage. Some coverage would be nice. And I'm using a L'Oreal Infallible face sponge. It is so squishy, and it's like so soft, and it takes up so much water. It's beautiful. It has become one of my favorite sponges. We're just gonna pounce that into the skin. Right off the bat, I can see that it is sheer, but it's, I would say, a light to medium finish. I wouldn't really say that it's completely sheer. It does give me some coverage, but I do see some redness peeking through here still. So I am going to try to add a second layer and kind of try to build this up and see how it reacts. Let's go in with a second layer of foundation and see what happens. Now, as far as the applicator goes, it looks just like the Shape Tape, which I like, but also, how sanitary is this to apply directly to my whole entire face and then put it back in the bottle? Just wondering. All right, and so far it's looking pretty good. It's moderately dewy. I'd say it's more of a natural finish, not really a super dewy finish, but I can see the whole hydrating aspect of it, and I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it at all. It is a little dark, but we're gonna work with it. All right, so of course the concealer that I'm going to go in with is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I have the shade medium and light medium. Now the reason I use two shades is because I take the darker of the two and I put that on the very inner part under my eye where I have the darkest area. And I also do about 2 stripes here, 2 stripes there. And I always conceal this area because I do get a lot of breakouts and redness here. And also, if you need to spot conceal anything, I do recommend using a darker shade, not your highlight shade, because you don't want to highlight those imperfections, you know what I mean? You don't want to bring them forward and make them more noticeable. Because I would not like that. It would not look pretty. So then we're going to take the light medium and just do a little bit here, down the center of the forehead, all in the center and the high points of my face. It is a very full coverage concealer, so I guess maybe they made the hydrating foundation a little bit more lightweight because the concealer is so heavy duty, but what do I know? So we're just gonna take our beauty sponge so far it's blending in nicely. I don't know what happened here, but we're gonna reapply concealer there. All right, so far so good. So next we're going to set our under eyes with my Coty Airspun powder. If you want a good drugstore powder, this one's really nice. It smells like grandma's. And, you know, but it works. It does the job. And who doesn't love their grandma? They make you cookies, they make you food, they love you more than your parents love you. Grandmas are the best. So, we're gonna take our sponge and we're gonna dip. And we're just going to make sure there's no creases under our eyes before we set this. Always have to put powder on my smile lines because I'm a smiley ass bitch. Alright, so next we are going to take the CoverGirl Outlast All Day Powder. It is the finishing powder in shade 830, light to medium. Powder. And it still looks really good. So, hasn't oxidized, which is good, because if it did, I'd be so pissed. But right now, it's looking pretty good. Not gonna lie. Alright, so next we are going to bronze our face, and today we will be using the Sephora bronzer in shade Canary Islands number 7. And this is what it looks like. Very well-loved bronzer, I must say. I love this shit. And the brush we are going to be using is going to be this e.l.f. brush. It doesn't have a number or a name, so I don't know what it is, but I like it for bronzing my face. Looking pretty good, if I might say so myself. We're just gonna do the jawline to hide the double chin. And we are looking bronze. All right, so the next thing we are going to do is we are going to contour our cheeks. I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. I love this palette. Now I'm going to be using this shade right here. That's the lightest contour shade. So I'm just going to take this Real Techniques sculpting brush and I'm going to use that on my cheeks. Now I only really like to dip like the side of the brush in there and like give it a 1-2 tap. And then we're just gonna go like this very lightly. I like to do my whole entire base first and do my contour, blush, highlight before I even do like my eyebrows and my eyes. And I know that might be weird. That's just my routine. Everybody has a different routine. But that is just what I like to do. So I'm going to take this Real Techniques blush brush. It's so fluffy. And I'm going to go in with this Benefit Cosmetics Galifornia blush. It looks like this. So pretty. Pretty corally, peachy color with like little flecks of gold in it. It's very like glowy. It kind of has like a sheen to it. So when you put it on your cheeks, it kind of makes them glow a little bit without having highlighter on or anything like that. But don't worry, we're going to put highlighter on. It wouldn't be me if I didn't put highlighter on. So we're just going to take a little bit of that. Give a little smile, and we're just going to blush up our cheeks. Just a little bit on the apples, and I did bring it back a little bit, but most of the time I do enjoy my blush on the apples of my cheeks so that when I smile, everything is blushy and beautiful and fresh and colorful, and I don't look, you know, pale and flat, and I look blushing. Next we are going to highlight, and I am going to take this Ofra Cosmetics highlighter. It is the Nikki Tutorials collab with Ofra, and the shade is Everglow. It does have 3 shades in it. This one is for light skin tones, and then you have your medium shade, and then you have this nice copper color for like a deeper skin tone. Very, very pretty. I do use that on my eyes sometimes. It's gorgeous. She did release these with Ofra in separate pans, but I have this one and I love it, so we're gonna use this one. I like to go in with the medium shade. Just give my little brush a little swirly do in there. Just like this. This is a Real Techniques fan brush, by the way. And we're going to put that on the high points of my cheeks. Nikki, girl, every time I put this on, I'm shook. Now, I usually do like a C shape here with my highlighter, but because I have breakout here, I do not want to accentuate any of that texture with the highlight, so we're gonna leave that as is. Just gonna do another little dip, tappy wappy. And we're gonna do one of these. Ugh. It is so pretty. So pretty. Gorgeous. Do you guys see that? Do you honestly see that? I can't believe how beautiful that is. Okay, so I'm going to take that same shade, mix it with a little tiny bit of the lighter shade, and I'm just gonna go like this on the tip of my nose. Now, I'm not really ever precise with this. I kind of just, you know, throw it on there, slap it on there, make me glowy. I don't need to make like an exclamation point or anything like that. I just slap it on. Then we're also going to do the same mixture, and we're going to do my Cupid bow. Little milk mustache action. Hell yeah. It's looking good. I look glowy. You know what? YOLO. Oh yeah. That's my shit. I can't get over how pretty it is. And I use it all the time. But it just looks so pretty on camera. Alright, you guys, so next we're going to do eyebrows, but before we do that, I like to just set all the powders and everything on my face with a setting spray before I even go into my eyebrows and my eyes. So the setting spray that I like to use for this is the MAC Fix Plus. It's the original scent. I know they have like coconut and everything like that, but I just have the original one. So we're just going to throw my hair back and give us a little spritz. And by a little, I mean a lottle, because it feels so good, honestly. We're gonna take my little fan and we're going to dry that on our face. Once that is dry, we're gonna go on to eyebrows. So today for eyebrows, we are going to be using the ColourPop Brow Boss. If you can see the name, I don't know if you can, but this is in the shade Dark Brown. I'm gonna use the spoolie on the one end just to comb through my brows. Now, my eyebrows are my struggle because this eyebrow, you can see, likes to scoop over this way in the front, and this eyebrow, they stand straight up. So my eyebrows are forever not twins, not even sisters. I don't even know if they're third cousins, but I make it work. It's the brows I was born with. By making little strokes, and I do have a breakout here in my eyebrow because that's life. So I'm going to be very careful because it does hurt a little bit. We're just going to start filling in our brows. Just a teensy bit. I do have really dark brows, and I have very full brows, but there are some sparse areas that I don't like, and I do like to fill them. And also, I don't feel complete unless I fill in my brows. Nothing looks cohesive. So that is one brow done, and we're just gonna fast forward through the next one. All right, so that's the best the brows are gonna get. Like I said, not twins, not sisters, not cousins, but that's the way they are. We are going to set them with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel just to keep them in place. And when I do this step, I do try to brush these hairs up a little bit more to try to match my other eyebrow, but it doesn't always work out in my favor. All right, so for eyes today, I'm going to start off with using the Jeffree Star Beauty Killer palette. I love this palette, and I use it every single time I do my makeup for the most part. So if you open her up, let's hold it the right way. I always start with this white color called China White, and I put that all over my lid. And I'm using a BH Cosmetics 103 brush. So just so you guys see, it's like a dense packer brush. Next, from the Beauty Killer palette, I'm going to be taking the shade Courtney right here. I'm gonna throw that all in the crease with a fluffy blending brush. This is a Morphe brush. I don't know the name or the number. It came in a pack. It was blue, so I liked it and I wanted it, but it is a Morphe blending brush. Make this a little bit more defined here. Just really fluff it in there. Next, I'm going to be going in with yet another Jeffree Star Cosmetics palette. This is the Androgyny palette. We are going to be going into this shade called Military. I love this shade, especially when I do like an army green type smoky eye, which is what we're going to be doing today. So we're going to dip into Military, just saturate our brush, do a little tap tap, and we're gonna go in right underneath that shade. This shade and just put it here, just to get us ready for the darker shade that we are going to throw on in a little bit. But before I throw on that darker shade, we are going to go in with like a little bit of a deeper brown color, just to deepen up the crease just a little bit more. The next palette I'm going to be using is my beloved Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. I love this palette. If anything amazing came out in 2017, it was this palette. Like, can we just take a minute? Are you joking? It's beautiful. It's so beautiful that I just can't. Jaclyn, girl, I bow down. Anyway, so I'm going to be taking this BH Cosmetics number 5 brush in rose gold color. I love these brushes. So I'm going to be taking this brown color right here, just a little teensy weensy bit, do a little tap tap. We're going to fluff that right in with that green shade that we used from the Jeffree Star palette. Go in with a light hand with every shade that you use, build it up, get a really good gradient from your transition shade into your crease, and you will be golden. So now that I have that built up a little bit in the crease, we are going to go in with this dark green color right here. I love this color, and of course it pairs well with this shimmery green, which we are going to put on our lids. But first we're going to deepen the outer V and the crease with this color right here. Now for this step, I'm going to be using a BH Cosmetics pencil brush. It is number 105, so I'm going to dip into that green shade. I'm going to do a little tap tap, and we're going to go straight in to that outer V. Now this ish is pigmented, so you're gonna want to be careful and just kind of fluff it on the outer corner, bring it into the crease a little tiny bit, and you should have something that looks like this. Now I am going to take my fluffy blending brush from Morphe, like I was using before, and dip into a lighter brown shade and just go over the edges to blend out that deeper color. The key to any good eye look is blending. So that is what you should have looks. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye, and I will be right back. Okay, so now that we have fluffed that dark green, beautiful color into our outer V, into our crease a little bit, I'm going to go back into the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm gonna take this like mustardy, creamsicle kind of yellowy color, and I'm going to just take my fluffy blending brush by Morphe, and I'm just gonna go over the edges just a teensy bit. And it doesn't do like a whole lot of difference, but it does do something. And I love whatever it is it does. But to me, it looks like it makes a difference. And I do enjoy that. All right, so now we are going to go in with our lid color. And our lid color, like I was saying before, is this sparkly, beautiful army green shade. What? Gorgeous. One of my favorite shades from the palette. Absolutely, by far. We are going to take this flat brush by Morphe. This is what it looks like. You see, it's very flat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into that green shade, saturate the brush on both sides, give it a little tap tap. I'm going to take my MAC Fix Plus, and I'm just going to give it a little spritz. Now, shimmer shadows, I genuinely love using wet. And I think that this shade performs so much better when it's wet. Not that it doesn't perform beautifully when it's not wet, because you just saw the swatch that I did on my hand, but I think that it is gorgeous when it's wet. So we're just gonna go into the lid. Now I usually just take the brush and I put it right where I want it to begin in my crease, in the middle of my eye, and I just drag it down. So now that we have that on the lid, you can see I ended it right here, and we're going to blend that in just a second with the dark green color that we put on the outer V. So I'm going to take my fluffy brush from Morphe one more time, go in a little bit with that green shade, like a little bit, and we're just going. I am going to finish this eye off camera, clean up under my eye from the fallout, and I will be right back. All right, so now that we have the other eye finished, I am going to go back into the Jaclyn Hill palette, and we are going to finish up our under eye, our lower lash line, I should say. And we're going to start with this color here, and we're going to put that right under our eye, all across the lower lash line. And I am using this brush by Elle, I think it is. It was on clearance somewhere. I got it so long ago, but I always use it for my under eye. I really, really, really love it. And then we're going to dip back into that other deeper brown shade that we used earlier. Oh, there's shadow on my contacts. Shadow on my contacts. Then we're just going to take a little teensy bit of that green shade and go on the very outer corner of the lower lash line. There's so much eyeshadow in my contacts, you wouldn't believe. like you actually wouldn't believe. Next, I'm going to take this L'Oreal Infallible black eyeliner pencil, and I'm going to throw that in my waterline. And also on the top, being very careful. Ugh, I drew on my contact. What the hell? That's why I gotta be careful. Okay, so now that the eyes are finished, I was gonna do a winged eyeliner, but I decided against it because I love how smoky and beautiful this green color is. Like, let's be real here. I don't want to cover any of this lid shade up with any kind of eyeliner. So I'm not going to. And last but not least, we're going to put the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. There's different ones, guys. I get confused all the time. Lights Camera Lashes on my eyes. This has become one of my favorite mascaras. I got a sample in my Ipsy Glam bag a couple months ago, and I fell in love. So we're just going to apply that first to the bottom lash line. Don't mind my mascara face, guys. I know it's ugly. And then to the top lashes. Obviously, you guys can use whatever mascara you want, whatever is your favorite. You don't have to use the exact products that I'm using. Damn, that makes my lashes look amazing. So, before I do lip color, I do love to do my setting spray first. I like to do my lip last after setting spray. I know that might be a little strange, but that's the way that I roll. That's the way I like to do things. So for setting spray, we are going to take the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, and we are going to throw my hair back, shake, 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 and we are going to spray our face. Now be very, very careful when you do this because you do not want your mascara to run or to flake or to do anything other than stay where it is. So just a little bit of setting spray. Take my fan again and fan my face. I could just do this all day. It feels so nice. And finally, for lips today, guys, we are going to be using the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade Hunty. This is one of my favorite nudes, and it is so nude on me. It's like my perfect nude. And I'm gonna use this shade because it's gonna let the eyes stand out. The eyes are going to be the star of the show today. Look at that. It's beautiful. You can apply this with a lip liner underneath if you want, but I love the way it looks without a liner. I just love how this makes it look. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. I hope that you enjoyed it. I love this look. I love this color. Everything I think came out really, really pretty. I love the way everything works together. And I hope that you guys try it out. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!